And I've been working with Bill since 1986, and Bill's never wrong either, but that's.
Okay, you're being live streamed now, so watch out.
You are.
I didn't get that. Hopefully I didn't get that online. I don't know. But.
Yeah. Oh, we have Andrew Golden from Troy. So we do have a full forum. Waterville is doing, they're being Waterville.
I can't get my camera to work right now, Martin, but other than
okay. All right, we hear you.
Now we know where the donuts are.
Yeah, really.
I was going to say I eat roughly 12 less donuts a year now that we do it this way.
Let me know when you're ready to go, Martin.
I am ready so long as you can see my screen. I've got the agenda up. Pretty straightforward for today. So whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I'll call the January 13th, 2022 meeting of the IMA Board of Directors to order. And in response to the public health emergency created by novel coronavirus legislation, has extended virtual access to public meetings under the New York State's open meetings law, which allows New Yorkers to virtually participate in local government meetings during the COVID-19 pandemic. This meeting will be held via Zoom and is live streamed on the CDRPC YouTube channel. Can we do a roll call order, Martin?
Yeah, we have Bill Simcoe, City of Albany, have yourself, Joe Coffey, Tom Dufresne, also City of Albany, Gary Nathan here representing the City of Cohoes and the Village of Green Island. We have Mark Hendricks from the City of Rensselaer, and we also have Andrew Golden from the City of Troy. Not present is the City of Waterville, and Tim Murphy just joined us from the Albany County Water Purification District. So
okay, so we have a quorum. So our first action item is to read and accept the July 18, 2021 minutes. The meetings were distributed in advance of the meeting, and I'll assume that we can dispense with the reading of the minutes unless anybody objects. May I have a motion to accept the July 8th, 2021 meeting minutes?
This is Gary.
Thank you. Seconded?
I'll second. Gary.
Thank you, Gary. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meetings are accepted. Martin, we have two action items, some bond resolutions that need to get approved. Would you like to queue them up?
yes, the first one we have is approval of Albany Municipal Water Finance Authority CSO Long-Term Control Plan Supplemental Bond Resolution dated December 17th, 2021. I will open this resolution up. Hopefully folks can see it on my screen. If not, I can stop share and start again. Sometimes that tricks the system. We have a resolution here for the third phase, the final phase of the CSO long-term control plan for the amount of $8,508,600. I'm going to scroll down to the exhibit so folks can see the projects that are part of this particular financing, and I went right past it.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, exhibit. Do I have the exhibit here?
Yeah, it's there.
It's buried somewhere as exhibit. There we go. It's on two different pages. That's what threw me off. So the particular projects are included within the bond resolution for projects within the City of Albany, City of Troy, and City of Cohoes. They constitute the remaining obligations for capital projects with Albany pool communities for this particular resolution.
Do the board members have any questions on the projects or the subject material of the resolution? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the resolution. Does that have a number, Martin, on that?
It does, yes. Are you able to still see my screen, or did we lose?
I do.
How about this? Are we still frozen up on something?
We're good.
No, we're good.
Okay, great.
May I have a motion to adopt resolution 2022-01?
I'll make the motion. This is Gary.
Thank you, Gary. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution's adopted.
Wonderful.
So Martin, you got all those votes, you can record those appropriately.
I know that's the beauty of, I don't have to scribble.
There you go. The next item that you got, Martin, is the City of Cohoes CSO Long-Term Control Plan Supplemental Bond Resolution dated
Yep.
May 25, 2021.
Yep, so I'll call that up. This is an amendment to a prior resolution. If folks remember, we had to make some modifications to bond resolutions and project finance agreements in lieu of cost increases for Beaver Creek Clean River facility. This is the City of Cohoes bond resolution that amended their prior ordinance to be able to accept the cost of the increased cost of this particular project. And so let me scroll down to their financing for this said project. Oh, where are we here?
Are there any questions from the board members on this resolution? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adopt Resolution 2202-02? Anyone?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Andrew. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Resolution's adopted.
Thank
You, everyone. Is there any other business that we have for the IMA board? Hearing none, just a little privilege of the chair. Just want to wish everyone a happy new year. I guess we can do that for like 2 more days before January 15th. Then we got to stop doing that. So happy new year, everyone. And it's been certainly very difficult and challenging couple of years for all of us in the businesses that we're in. And let's keep our fingers crossed that the months ahead will be a little easier for everyone. The next boarding meeting scheduled is Thursday, April 14th, 2022. With that, may I take a motion to adjourn?
Gary, I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Back at you, Martin.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys. I'm going to open up our material for our corporation meeting, which we noticed at 10:10. So give me a moment and then we can get things rolling there.
Martin, this is Gary. I just got a note from Maggie. I'm wondering if you can send her the link again.
Absolutely.
She had difficulty finding it, or it didn't go through.
Okay. I sent it along. Yeah, we were having some trouble. Her email and my email did not like one another.
I think maybe Martin, on the Dropbox, the agenda was the agenda for last year.
Oh, okay.
Might have the wrong Zoom link then.
Might have. Yeah, you're right. It's the old agenda is in there. Okay. Thanks for the heads up on that. I think it's correct on our website. So many places to put these things. Yeah. Okay. Well, on our website, I'm checking our website now. On our website, we do have the correct agenda. So it's Your materials are wrong, but the public materials are correct, so. My apologies.
So we noticed this for 10:10.
Yes, we noticed it for 10:10. Hey, Maggie.
Hi, thank you for sending the link.
Yeah, sorry.
There's definitely a disconnect between you and I for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
Our emails don't like each other.
I know.
Said something not nice about the other one, and
Thank you for sending it.
and we have Chris here as well. So it looks like everybody is represented today.
Oh, I see, Martin, your computer does say it's 10:12. I see on the bottom there.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer's a little early or late or
If you're at a time.
you know where that time gets set. So
Okay, well,
Jeff Bezos tells me what time it is.
my computer says it's 10:10 now, so we'll call the meeting of the corporation to order. And this coronavirus legislation, extended virtual access. We have that message at the top of our screen here. So we're doing this virtually. We're streaming this still from the previous session, Martin?
We are. Yep. We just continue rolling on. We have not stopped the
Okay.
cameras.
Okay, so we're streaming this meeting. In regard to our roll call, myself and Tom Dufresne and Joe Coffey are all on from Albany. For Cohoes, we got Gary. Do we have Joe this morning? Let's see Joe.
No, just
Renss-
me.
Rensselaer, we have Mark Hendricks. Troy, we've got Chris Whelan and Andrew Golden. Waterfleet's not represented.
They're not here.
Green Island, we have Maggie and Tim Murphy from Albany County Water Purification District. We also have our Tom White, our accountant, and we've got Mark from CDRPC and of course Martin Daly. So welcome everybody. Our first item of business would be the reading and acceptance of the December 16th minutes. Does anyone have any comments on the minutes? If we don't have any comment on the minutes, can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
This is Gary. I'll make the motion.
Gary makes the motion. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Chris, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
All right.
Okay,
Report.
financial report.
Good morning, all, and again, Happy New Year. We have a couple of
Thanks.
days, as Joe pointed out. First off, the cash position of $307,000 does not include a check we received from Cohoes for 168, I think it was. It actually got in our hands on the first day of the new year. So again, Gary, thank you for making payments on time. We can turn around and make some other monies paid out. Both Albany and Cohoes submitted invoices last month, which are the first invoices included in this fiscal year, bringing us to a 10% completion rate against our budget. And if you have any particular questions on those numbers, we can go back. At this moment in time, we have a receivable of $21,511. That represents the amount of monies that CDRPC has been paid that is to be reimbursed by the state DOS. So that'll carry on the books until such time as the state gets around to paying out on that grant. Other than that, no interesting things really occurred in the last month.
Well, sometimes not interesting is a good thing. So
In accounting and financial reporting, not interesting is a great thing.
okay, thank you, Tom.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
when the auditors are bored, it's nice.
When the auditors are in and out quickly and don't ask any real questions, I'm
Well,
real happy.
I like questions, just they have nothing to write about.
They've seen
Thank
our
you, guys.
they've seen our stuff before. So
Yeah.
invoices. Martin, you want to describe what we have here?
Yeah, we have a series of invoices that have been loaded to Dropbox. I will summarize these for folks. We have invoices from the corporation, Capital District Regional Planning Commission, that is our administrative services. That invoice total is balanced against a New York State Department of State grant that offsets 90% of our labor and fringe costs. Essentially, what we're passing to the corporation is the remaining 10% from those two lines. DOS does not cover overhead. It is what it is. So the remaining balance is essentially overhead and the 10% cost match. We have two invoices from the city of Cohoes for Columbia Street and Middle Valete Street, one in the amount of $5,000 and one in the amount of $103,087.50. City of Albany Water Board passed along a series of invoices all related to the Beaver Creek Clean River project. They have not exhausted the grant for that project, but the other remaining grant funds are applied on the back ends. So from this point forward, we pay what we consider to be full freight on these invoices until we reach the end of the series of eligible cost expenses that can be billed to the Environmental Facilities Corporation. All of these particular items are dispersible. So once the board approves them, you can prepare your cost disbursements to Environmental Facilities Corporation for these particular expenses. Bill, if there's any additional color or commentary you want to provide for some of these invoices, have at it. The sum of the invoices is $2,474,101.43. Pending approval, we can distribute the corporation invoice to be paid to the communities and distribute the others for community reconciliation and invoicing, as has been the process for past invoices that are generated by the municipalities themselves.
Yeah, if we need to be sharing cost summaries and disbursement information between communities, Tom Dufresne can let people know what paperwork's been submitted, so we can just be piggybacking on what we're submitting. So can I have a motion to pay these invoices? Uh-oh.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you,
Here,
Chris.
Chris.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Go to our agenda. All right, ESC disbursements and reconciliations. Just the opportunity to kind of workshop if there's any difficulties we've been having with ESC. I note that we had some past discussions with them about their new policy that they claim that has been implemented through the intended use plan, that they are no longer able to reimburse communities for any project expenses that are for projects that are let before the final approval comes in for plan and spec from the agency. I don't know if there's anything that we can really discuss in response to that will change that policy or modify how projects are moving forward, but that is something important to keep in consideration as we are communicating with them about plan and spec and what makes things approvable versus what needs more comment or discussion coming back from them. We'll certainly communicate to DEC that we hope we can continue to rely on them for expedited review for any plan and spec that is submitted. Our deadlines are our deadlines. It doesn't mean we can't be submitting materials to them ahead of our plan and spec deadlines, but we know we have some tight, it just seems to be getting tighter and tighter, the turnaround between the plan and spec submittal and the notice to proceed, which is traditionally 6 months later. So I did put that as a placeholder in case there were any discussions the communities wanted to have about the schedule or potential delays or obligations under the order as they relate to notice to proceed.
Yeah, I think they are saying they would not allow many projects that had been, they do not want things advertised for bidding until they're approved. But this would only be for future project financing agreements.
Correct.
It wouldn't be applying to any existing project financing agreements. But if you entered into an agreement in this year, it may have that as part of the project finance agreement.
My caution with that is, though, even though it might have been a previous finance agreement, sometimes they still implement those rules on the pre-existing documents just as a precautionary. You know, if it's a new rule, it's a new rule, and they might follow it to the T moving forward on every project.
So, okay, well, the game changes every year. So
Yeah.
Anything further on EFC, or I think we've been getting things. So we have our MWBE things working now on our major projects and moving ahead, getting our disbursements. So I think things are pretty good.
Does anybody, this is Gary, does anybody know if Bill Brazel, is he the new acting head of engineering at EFC, considering Tim's not there anymore?
He was the interim, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I kind of thought he was going to be, but I wasn't sure, and I haven't had any occasion to actually talk to EFC in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they don't really seem to be indicating these things officially any place. You just sort of hear it through the grapevine. So, but that's why I believe that's correct. That Bill Brazel.
Okay.
Project updates. I think from the point of view of the Beaver Creek Clean River project, they're starting to put screens in at the Albany County Water Purification District. The phase 1 project is pretty much completed. We're just have just some final punch list type things. The tunnel that's phase 3 is going to be completed in February, and so the main work going on right now is phase 5, with Keller doing the concrete work, building the building for the satellite treatment facility, and we're about 39% complete at this point, according to their most recent update of the Gantt chart. So it's now into this winter concreting work, which is tough with this really cold weather, but they're moving along. We do have some concerns about projections on the schedule that Keller might have a tough time meeting our December 15th deadline, and we're working through that, talking to Keller, and we'll have to be talking to the other prime contractors to see how that all going to work out. But we'll mention it today in our quarterly update with the DEC that we're, so far we've been pretty well moving along, but projections might be showing we have a tough time meeting our end date, and we're working with Keller and other joint venture team to see what we can do about shortening up what their projections are. So that quarterly meetings at 1:30 today, Martin? Is that the?
That is, yes.
So other than that, I don't know what else might be of discussion with DEC. I think we're just going along at this point. We're all on our schedule. We've been meeting all of our deadlines. How are we doing with the projects at Cohoes, Gary?
Well, pretty good. We had issued the notice to proceed for Columbia Street Phase 2. We've been going back and forth with Carver on a few of the submittals, particularly the some have been approved, but some of the structures, some of the concrete structures, we've been going back and forth on, but nothing really major. We're still anticipating them starting the springtime down in the park and going from there. On Valide Street, we're going to be bidding that. Right now, we're going to be advertising to bid that on February 18th. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there, and hopefully we get some decent bids. Other than that, everything seems to be the same.
Okay. Chris, how are you doing with your projects and keeping on schedule?
We're still on schedule. We are supposed to be out to bid. I think I have notice by April 1. That's still timely. EFC, we had a conference call with them last week. They had some fundamental design concerns, which turned out to be just more details in the engineering report. So CDM Smith's working on getting them an updated engineering report. Nothing serious. They just wanted some more things outlined of why we went a certain way instead of a different way. So we're just waiting for those comments to come in, but Darcy is already working on revising the engineering report. At this point, we're still on time, on schedule.
Okay. Are there any other projects that we needed to do? Martin, are there any of the administrative things that still are ongoing or need to think about? Website, so forth?
Website is great. I periodically check in to see if the discharge reports are functioning in that capacity, and the icons are changing. Periodically, it does get what I would call stuck. So sometimes I do have to monitor that. I will mention that Gary passed, I'm going to share my screen, bleeding into other business, but I'm going to share my screen here. Gary had mentioned that DEC distributed the latest version of the Combined Sewer Overflows annual report, which looks slightly different than in previous years. There's a new document summary table that is being collected by the agency that relates to the long-term control plan, whether it's been submitted, the type of program that we have, and some of the program metrics. There's a lot of information, obviously, for our long-term control plan that is not able to be fit in some of these comments when it comes to brief description of CSO controls. We have a hundreds of pages long plan that summarizes these controls, and our benchmarks and milestones are not easily conveyed within that space. So between Gary and Mike Miller, who provided some comments on this, which were very helpful, what we did was we drafted a paragraph that relates to DEC that we take the progress of our program, and which is actually one of the elements of the requirement of the order on consent for public participation. We post these materials on a website. So in real time, folks are able to see the progress of each of the projects, how the mechanics of our program is being implemented, and then of course our program metrics. So I will distribute this draft summary sheet of the long-term control plan's implementation to each of the communities so they can use similar language when it comes to reporting their long-term control plan metrics. But do we have any questions before I send this around for people to potentially use, or any questions or comments, concerns about the way we're characterizing the long-term control plan?
No, thank you for doing that. I'm curious about no under the PCCM. We're just saying that we haven't gotten to the end of this. That's all.
Right.
The no,
Yeah,
no
we have 2 rounds of sampling left that we committed.
Right. Okay, that's all we're saying. We're not saying. Oh.
Yeah, each season is discrete, but our total post-construction compliance monitoring program is a 5-cycle process. So we've gone through 3.
Okay, so we can all use this. We all have a deadline to do our report by the end of the month. So
Right.
Yeah.
This bottom section obviously is a group project, if you will. I didn't touch these top numbers because they're going to be obviously unique to each of your own communities. But if there are questions that we can provide assistance with, happy to do that. But all this data, except for population, is likely in your long-term control plan or in your asset management plan already. So it seems pretty straightforward for this op section.
okay, well, yeah, thanks for doing that, so we can all have a consistent answer in that box that reflects some of the important aspects without even filling up the box. It's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, we got a website. They made us put the website together. Actually, I really like the website. It's a great clearinghouse. So
With consistency on the report, page 7 of the report wants information on any significant LTCP or PCCM projects completed in previous years and for the next year. Is that something that we need consistency on between all of us, since it's the same projects going in there?
yeah, certainly refer them to the website for a list of projects, and the schedule is all in there,
All right, now I'll print out the schedule and just add that as an attachment to this report and send it in and see what they say.
Yeah. And it's posted online. So really all we need to do is put a link to our website. It's
They
wide.
don't like that.
What's that?
They don't like that.
Don't like that.
No, they wrote me up for that last year, just putting the website in there.
Really?
No.
That's
Yeah,
pretty.
they wanted.
Right
wanted
back.
to-
I didn't do the website because I
Right.
wanted to argue because you made me. All
They
right.
don't want you to attach anything either.
Right.
I'm working on that too, since there's only spots for 20 outfalls and we have 46. How do I report all the outfalls in the way they want? They said there is still an option for an email submittal that you could put attachments to.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work on that too.
Well,
Where that goes.
we have a beast if they want to like look at it. They don't have to, but it's there.
Yep.
Okay, so we all have our annual BMP report to fill out. So if there's, do you want to take a stab at that, Chris, and share it with us? We'd appreciate it. Any other business that we needed to discuss?
Sure. I just wanted to mention we have our quarterly call with DEC later today to communicate progress of our programs. The one item for clarification or discussion with the agency is the way that we wrote up our post-construction compliance monitoring program plan, we submitted to DEC with a language that included that a round of sampling would occur in 2022, and in parentheses, upon completion of the Beaver Creek Clean River project. And Beaver Creek is not wrapping this contact recreation season, it's wrapping in December. So I think we just need to clarify with DEC what their expectations are. I think there's a strong argument to be made that running a program this year without the needle moving substantially is not an effective way to collect meaningful data. We really aimed to emphasize what's in parentheses upon completion of the Beaver Creek Clean River facility, when we have that real big dent project that's going to impact water quality. So I think we just need to make sure that they're not expecting us to run a full post-construction compliance program this particular season, although the communities can on their own run some reconnaissance on the tribs, at the outfall of Big C to kind of look at some of internal data to be able to re-examine past years. But I think it behooves us to argue that we really want to run a program that's cost effective and gives us good data. And next year would be the year to run that program, because Big C will be online and doing the heavy lifting that it's going to be doing.
So not next summer.
Not this summer. Yes, not this upcoming summer for 2022, but next summer, 2023.
Yeah, I think that was the intent, not till the project's done.
Right.
So I think that's it then.
Yep.
Anything else that anyone wants to bring up before we adjourn?
No, I just, to not to beat a dead horse, but to belabor the point, but if communities are interested in collecting data, I know that the sewer districts are available, though I know that they've communicated they're a little bit short on staff for the spring season. So once we have our discussion with DEC, we'll probably want to circle back whether communities do want to collect data. Certainly the tribs may be an area that the communities want to circle back to and be able to do some reconnaissance on those water bodies and be able to collect that data for their internal use. But it will require circling back with the districts, because I know that manpower might be an issue for doing the collection for both the districts. So just something to be aware of.
Okay. If there's nothing else, could I have a motion to adjourn?
This is Gary. I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Gary. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Very good. Then the next meeting is February the 10th. And we'll see you all then.
Great.
Sounds good.
See who I see at 1:30. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.